We have.
Ma'am, you're way too involved. And
Yeah,
if you
just-
used any of that language toward her and you were my wife or my significant other, I wouldn't be with you another moment. If anybody called my mother any of those names, if she's telling me the truth and she just doesn't strike me as a liar, I'd never be with that woman. What time? This was scheduled for 8:30. I don't have the defendants here. What's your name, ma'am? Sir, what's your name?
The
So,
defendants are on Zoom, Your Honor, and I think this was heard last week, and then the plaintiff did not appear, so they filed a motion to set aside the dismissal.
your names, please, people, Mr. Audie and Ms. Gorman.
Samantha Gorman.
Ian Audie.
Is this your son?
Yes, it is.
And the relationship between, and that's his girlfriend, is it?
Correct.
Okay, now, I am so sorry about your son passing away in March 2 of 25. Why didn't you guys call and tell us, hey, listen, that's a bad day. Can we move to it?
Think about it. I was not in the right frame of mind, and I apologize to you.
Your Honor.
Not yet.
Okay.
What portion of the house do you rent to them?
So they were going to get evicted out of an apartment. So my husband and I wanted to help to get them to try and get back on their feet once again. This has been continuously. They moved in and it turned toxic quickly. I have been called the C word, the B word. She has yelled at me that I'm F and B. My son has told me he's gonna have the grandkids leave marks on each other and call the police and tell them that I did it. It's just a toxic living situation. I don't even feel safe anymore living at the house, unfortunately. We've tried to help. This is, the 18th, we had Flat Rock out. One of my daughters had, she was on the phone with me. He was having, I don't even know what you want to call it. He, was out of control. So my son, Ian. So my daughter called for a welfare check. Flat Rock came out. They took him to the emergency room for psychiatric eval. It's just not a good.
How old are you, Mr. Audie?
37.
You work?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Gorman?
I am 35. To be honest, I was an addict for a long time. I've been sober for a year, so I've been putting in applications, been going to interviews. She gave me until June to get a job, but then she she came at us in January and was accusing us of a lot of stuff, and she started threatening eviction. We were supposed to start paying rent to her in January, but the beginning of January, she started threatening eviction, saying she was going to the court to evict us, which she did end up doing. So that's why we never followed through with paying her the rent. And when it
I want to
comes
make sure that I understand all of this.
So you're right.
Wait, you guys lost your residence prior to moving in with your mother. Is that true or false, Mr. Audie?
True. We had moved out.
And when did you move out of the other place?
That was in
October.
late October.
And then you moved in with your mother and father, the two of you, correct?
And our 2 children.
And so you've had 6 months where you've been there and your 2 kids have been there, right?
Correct. Just under 6 months.
I got it.
But the original, sorry, Your Honor.
Mr. Audie?
The original.
Mr.
Oh,
Audie?
sorry.
I want you
Yeah.
to listen. I don't know. I guess I'm old school because I only had one mother and one father. And it sounds to me like they tried to do you a favor and it hasn't worked out. That's what it sounds like to me. And it sounds like to me like if I was the son, or even if I was dating the daughter of the owners, that I would be saying, you know what, I'm not going to make you go through a court proceeding. I'm going to go ahead and move out voluntarily because that's what adults do.
That was honestly the plan, Your Honor. We
Mr.
planned on
Audie,
moving out
Mr. Audie, I'm not done talking to you.
I didn't know that. Sorry, Your Honor.
So I'm going to make this easy. I'm setting aside the dismissal. I'm setting aside the dismissal you got to be more careful in the future. Okay.
You help us up here.
I know. That's what we do. How old are your kids, Mr. Audie?
13 and about to be 16.
I'm sorry, 13 and 16?
Correct.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And it's good that you got kids, but they got to come first and foremost at this point. You're like
That
way
was-
down the totem pole, as I've always thought that I am with my kids.
That's why we came
So
here.
it's incumbent upon, well, yeah, I know, but the parents did you a favor.
Right.
That's what they did. That's
Right,
what
exactly.
parents do. And
Yeah.
actually, maybe they could be faulted for bringing in a 36 or 37-year-old man and his girlfriend or fiance or whatever you are, wife and 2 kids. Maybe they could be faulted. Maybe we could do that at 21 for them, but at 35, 36, I wouldn't be particularly resolved to bringing in 4 new people to my home, but that's just me. I mean, I feel like when we've raised our kids to 21, 22, we do the best we can. They're on their own. So I'm going to make this really easy.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set aside the dismissal and we are going to have a hearing right now. If you tell me, Judge, I want to have the hearing tomorrow so I can prepare, then you can come here and I'll accommodate you and I'll make the hearing tomorrow. But you folks need to toughen up.
You know, I agree.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Agreed.
I'm
So
telling you right now, it seems to me that this woman is terrified. And don't either one of you tell me whether she should be or not, because I can tell by looking at her that she is. She had to call the police. So you guys just want to voluntarily enter into a consent agreement now where you can get out of there in 10
Yep.
days?
Yep.
As the longest we can get, yes, because as of now, we had money saved up to move out actually, but our transmission went out on our car. We just paid that. We are showing his dad the receipt for that. And as of now, we will be in our car and my kids will be at my mom's. So the longest we can get to save up as much as we can. If 10 days is all we can get, then that's all we can get. I understand. But
Yeah. With the eviction, there's not much I have to say besides it's not the full truth on what's being said. I know you could say she's
Did you ever
scared.
pay them any rent?
but we understand that it's
Yeah,
Yes or no?
understand
Did you
this,
pay
but
them
I
any
was going to
rent?
say,
we had an
Yeah.
agreement with her to pay rent, but then she told
Listen
us
to what
she
I'm
was
asking. I'm
enough.
talking to Mr. Audie here.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever pay them any rent?
I tried and she said no.
I didn't ask you if you tried.
Then no.
I didn't ask you if you tried. I
No.
asked you if you ever paid them any rent. So your answer is no, correct?
She wouldn't take it. I had the money and she would not take it.
But you didn't pay them, right?
But she won't. I
'Cause-
can't pay someone that
Because
won't take
that's
it.
what
She put it
mothers
on the
do.
counter.
Because mothers and fathers
first
love their
few months
children
she won't take
unconditionally.
it.
Stop,
Then-
Ms. Gorman.
I'm sorry.
Well, you guys should be appreciative from the highest mountain
Right.
for what they've done.
We
I
are,
know.
and we have.
Ma'am, you're way too involved. And
Yeah,
if you
just-
used any of that language toward her and you were my wife or my significant other, I wouldn't be with you another moment. If anybody called my mother any of those names, if she's telling me the truth and she just doesn't strike me as a liar, I'd never be with that woman. And now you're coming in here and you're getting boisterous, and I'm trying just to talk to Mr. Audie because he is the son. And let's be clear, you wouldn't be there but for him.
I apologize.
All right, don't say anything else unless I ask you. Will you do that for me, please?
Yes, sir.
Bring me a judgment form, Jennifer. Leave it
It's on
blank.
its way.
Thank you. You need to get a job, ma'am. I'm glad you're sober. You said you've been sober for a year, but at some point you got to get back into society.
Yes,
You're
that's what I'm-
mid-30s. You should be working. And then
Yes,
you won't
that's
have
what
money
I'm doing.
problems. Then you won't get kicked out of homes. Then you won't have to worry about where you're going to come up with the money to buy the next place. I mean, this is just
Absolutely.
fundamental life 101. That's what this
Absolutely.
is. And look at your dad. What you got a condition of some kind?
Oh, I got
Yeah.
Yeah. He's here. He's dragging the court here, and you guys are where at the
I-
house?
Trust me, I know, Your Honor. And as you could speak to my dad, me and my dad have a very wonderful relationship. He did not want this to happen. And this is was pushed by my mother. And like I said, we have
Mr.
me and my
Audie?
mom. Okay,
Mr.
yes,
Audie?
Your Honor.
Mr. Audie? Save it, please. Do you want
Okay.
this to happen? Do you want him to be out, Mr. Audie?
It didn't have to be this way, but at this point, yes.
Did you ever hear Mrs. Gorman call your wife those names that she referred to?
Yes, and I heard Ian, I like,
You talked to your mother that way? Mr. Audie? You talked to your mother that way? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry I asked that question. I just think differently of you now.
I have said those things in regards to her
Then
attacking
save
my
it.
children.
Save it.
Okay.
Gosh, I can't believe you would talk to your mother like that.
See how she talks to her grandkids.
Hey, listen,
I'm listening, Your Honor.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay, I'll stop.
Thank you. So I got a young judge that's going to come here and tell me what to do now. She's a really bright lady, Judge Johnson here. She just got appointed in Taylor. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing. This is not right, Mr. Audie. Ms. Gorman, this is not right. I'm setting aside the dismissal. I'm entering judgment. You got 10 days to get out. I don't expect anybody to be saying a sorry word toward your mother or mother-in-law or whatever she is to you, Ms. Gorman. I expect there to be peace and tranquility. And I'm going to sincerely hope that the four of you will use the next 10 days to patch up whatever differences so that you can enjoy a relationship as you should with your mother and mother-in-law, and she can, and your father can, with the grandkids. And you ought to apologize profusely for ever calling her any of those names. You don't have the right to do that. Are you
Yes, Your Honor.
kidding me? I don't care what she did. But again, I'm old school and I'm thankful for it. Judgment's entered. If they're not out by April 2nd, I've filled out the judgment. We're going to send a copy to everybody. If they're not out by April 2nd, on April 3rd, you come in here with an application for a writ. I will sign it. And then the court officer, I'll make sure they go out the 3rd or the 4th at the latest and get them out of there.
So they have three kids and a snapping turtle that they want to stick me with.
You're going to take that stuff with you.
No, we don't.
I never said that, Your Honor.
No,
Take them with you.
absolutely.
If you don't take them with you, I don't even want to tell you what the alternative is. You don't want to do that. John just goes in there. Take them with you.
Yep.
And you don't have to wait until the 3rd to be, or the 2nd to be out either. Did I put the 2nd and 3rd on?
Let's see.
2nd? I don't.
Oh, yep, second.
Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
I hope you'll apologize. Ma'am, you need to get a job. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
This matter concerns recovery of possession from the plaintiff's own adult son and his partner, who occupied the premises as permissive occupants without a formal lease. No rent was accepted, and the arrangement existed solely through familial consent, which was later revoked by the property owners. Under Michigan Compiled Laws Section 600.5714, subsection 1, clause C, a summary proceeding is maintainable where a person continues in possession after permission has been terminated. The court determined that the plaintiffs clearly withdrew consent and that the continued occupancy of their own son and his household constituted unlawful holdover, directly interfering with the owner's possessory rights. The prior dismissal was set aside pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 2.612, allowing reinstatement in the interest of justice. Upon reinstatement, the court proceeded with immediate adjudication, emphasizing that the matter does not arise from a contractual landlord-tenant relationship, but from termination of a revocable license. Judgment for possession was entered in favor of the plaintiffs, with a 10-day period to vacate. Upon noncompliance, a writ of eviction may issue under Michigan Compiled Laws Section 600.5744. This ruling confirms that even where occupancy involves the plaintiff's own son, continued possession after revocation of consent carries no legal protection absent a tenancy.